Matt Gray is a world-renowned expert in personal branding and founder systems. He has built a social media following of 3 million people, as well as a company that does 8 figures a year. He lives where he wants, spending time in Bali, Mexico, the States, Japan, and mixes it with all the experts that you all know in the online entrepreneurial space. And he was the person who inspired me to start my personal brand and also showed me that there was more to life than just working a 9 to 5 in London. And having just quit my 9 to 5 and moved out here to Bali to scale my business, I saw Matt in a cafe and thought maybe I should go up to him and say something. And I had that split second moment where I decided I could either gawk at him from afar or I could go and speak to him. I took a deep breath, counted down from 3 to 2 to 1 and went up and said, "Matt, thank you so much for inspiring me to post on social media." We then got talking and I asked him if he was hosting an event in Bali. He said he wasn't, and I saw my opportunity and I said, "Why don't I host one for you?" He didn't want to do the work, but he was also interested in hosting an event, and I said, "Great, I'll do all the legwork." And there we had it. A week later, we had 30 entrepreneurs sat in a beautiful setting in Canggu, Bali, and we started jamming together on a whiteboard about how Matt built his personal brand and installed systems into his business to scale to 8 figures a year. It was one of the most unbelievable 3 hours of information, and I got hundreds of lines of notes. And you're probably listening to me right now going, well, this doesn't actually help me at all. Like, what am I going to get from this? And the whole point of me making this video is I want to summarize the hundreds of notes that I took into 6 key takeaways that you can action to build, refine, and scale your personal brand and online offer. They are the 6 takeaways that I believe I got from the event, which will move the dial for me massively in terms of my own business as well as what I implement with my clients. So if you can sit through this video, you're going to get some absolute nuggets of gold, which will make up for the fact that you weren't in that 3-hour mastermind. And I promise you there will be actionable insights that you can use to build the life of working when you want, where you want, with who you want, and on what you want. And let's get into it. So the first takeaway that I got was that the mastermind with Matt Gray confirmed to me what I've been banging on to my clients about, which is that content is simply one piece of video solving one of your customers' problems. If you are trying to build an online offer or you're a coach or a freelancer, then the easiest way to make content that converts clients as well as getting views from the right sort of people is to simply create a list of the problems that your customers have and then make a bit of content that solves a problem one at a time. Matt says that people love to overcomplicate content, but all he does is he has different pillars, which are different categories that people have of problems within his client base. And then under all of those pillars, he has the sub problems that people experience. So for example, if you're a PT, you may have your clients having problems with nutrition, exercise, and also habits. So then under those pillars, you want to just create all of the problems that people have. So for nutrition, it might be how to do healthy shots. For exercise, it might be how to do a quick 40-minute workout. For habits, it might be how to make sure you go to the gym every single day. And those then turn into content ideas. People try and think about these grand, fancy concepts when it comes to content. And in reality, it comes to just solving problems. So my first takeaway was to stop overcomplicating content and just to make bits of media that my prospects and future clients find valuable. And that was amazing to hear from someone who is so accomplished in the field. The second takeaway that I got from the whole mastermind was that the way to do this is to interview your customers, because you can easily work out what people's problems are with your own intuition. You can maybe use ChatGPT to fill out a list, but Matt said the best thing you can do is to speak to your clients. And Matt even showed me this in practice, because before we did the mastermind, Matt asked me himself, what were some of the things that people were talking to me about before the event? What do they want to get from the event? What were some of the problems that people mentioned in the application form? And this was such an important example to me of someone so accomplished in the field still making sure that they were incredibly in touch with what the people who were interested in their personal brand and interested in their service were having, to stay in touch with the problems that they were having. And he said in the mastermind, you just need to have conversations with those people. And when you're on those conversations, or when you get them to fill out surveys, you want to ask them 4 things. You want to ask them, what are the challenges they have? What keeps them up at night? If you could wave a magic wand, what would you solve for them? And what is their desired goals or dream outcomes? And if you can ask them those 4 things, then that will give you unlimited content ideas, as well as also improving your marketing copy, which will allow you to speak directly to the people you want to help. You'd assume someone like Matt had got too big to speak to his customers, but it was clear to me with what he did with the mastermind, as well as the information he told us during the session, that he is very much in touch with the people that he helps. And that was fascinating to me as a business owner, how much I need to make sure I'm in touch with the people people I'm trying to help because of the fact it'll improve my content as well as my marketing copy. So that was my key takeaway number 2, is to set up as many times as possible interviews and touch points with my customers. Okay, so takeaway number 3 from the mastermind was when we were speaking about how you get your audience into paying customers. And Matt spoke about the importance of newsletters. And newsletters is something I've very much slept on because it's another bit of content you've got to get out to people, and you've got to work out how to get their emails as well. But Matt said that newsletters are so important because they allow you to keep the front face of your social media, your X, your LinkedIn, your TikTok, your Instagram, nice and clean. And that was fascinating to me because of the fact that I don't want to be selling on my social media, what I actually want to be doing. And Matt spoke about the importance of giving that free value away on your social media and then collecting emails and then doing the selling on emails, because the people that sign up to your emails are your true fans. They're the people who are looking for reasons to buy from you, as opposed to people on your social media that can easily get audience fatigue and can quickly go off you because it's very clear you're trying to sell something to them. So that was a massive takeaway for me, is that I should get my social media audience from the platforms onto the newsletter. The other benefit of that is you do not control the people on social medias. They can easily ban you. They can easily suspend your account. Whereas when you have people's emails, they are your own data. They are your own customers. And that was great for me as well. So takeaway number 3 prompted me to start spending more time and putting more focus into collecting emails and building out an email newsletter. And if you're watching this and you're not doing that now, I would highly recommend doing that. And it was a big thing that Matt showed me the importance of. Okay, and takeaway number 4 was a little bit less business related, because I would say we spent 75% of the session talking around business, but then a lot of people started asking Matt, he's very accomplished in business. He's had other businesses before growing his online presence. What were some of the mindsets that he's picked up scaling multiple companies to crazy revenue figures? And Matt said it all came down to one thing: sleep. And that was fascinating to me because I'm probably same as you. It's very easy just to say, I've got a few hours more work to do. I'm going to stay up. I might just get a few things done before I go to bed. And all of a sudden you're getting 5-6 hours sleep, not that 8 or 9 hours sleep that all the health and sleep experts recommend. And Matt said that was the biggest thing that he found in improving himself as an entrepreneur, not only because he's able to make better decisions, but also because he's more creative. He also is better to be around. He's less irritable. And that was fascinating and very relatable to me because I often sacrifice having a bad night's sleep, and I convinced myself it's worth staying up. And Matt showed me it's so important to actually be very disciplined and go to bed on time. And if he's saying something like that, then it's certainly something I should listen to. And it also plays into Matt saying that he gave up alcohol because of how he saw it was affecting his sleep. And I definitely subscribe to that as well. So when someone who is as accomplished as Matt is in business tells me to do something like sleep, I think it's super important to listen, and it's clearly what has got him to the place he is in today. So I will definitely, as a 4th key takeaway from the session, be prioritizing my sleep a lot more than I have maybe in the recent past. And that also leads on to takeaway number 5, which is again a topic that Matt spoke about, which is having an amazing community and environment around you that will help you to succeed. Because personally, I know, having spent time in the rat race city that London is, and then coming out to a place like Bali, but also having spent time in places with other online entrepreneurs like Cape Town and Dubai, I see the importance of having an environment. And Matt spoke about the importance of being surrounded by amazing people, and the mastermind being around 30 entrepreneurs who were all looking to scale and build their personal brands was a testament to that, because we were around people that shared the same values as us, shared the same goals and missions, and saw life a similar way. And that was a massive takeaway for me, that I need to continue to spend time around people that I'm aligned with. And if you're watching this right now and you're in your room or you're in a cafe or co-working where you feel like there's not people on that similar mission to you, then I would highly recommend getting out to somewhere like Bali to be able to come to masterminds like the one we hosted, but also just to interact with people on a daily basis who are doing cool things. And that is a massive thing that Matt spoke about and that I have seen since moving out here. And it was just a reminder to me to keep surrounding myself with cool, interesting people. So that was takeaway number 5. And takeaway number 6 was hosting a mastermind with Matt Gray in Bali taught me that you should do things that scare you, because he was the guy that inspired me to quit my 9 to 5 and to start posting on social media. And when I saw him across the cafe from me, I could have not said anything, but I took a deep breath, I counted down from 3, and I went over and I started having a conversation with him. And I had no idea where that conversation might lead to. And what it led to was being able to host an event in a country where I don't live, being able to connect with 30 amazing entrepreneurs, and also being able to rub shoulders with Matt himself and provide value to someone who has given me so much in the past. And that in itself taught me that all I need to do to be able to succeed and to be able to feel fulfilled in life is just to put myself in situations that make me feel uncomfortable. And this whole experience was just an absolute pleasure to be involved in because of that fact. And I will continue to do things that scare me, because you really do have no idea what they might end up leading to. So thank you very much for watching this video. And if you do want to subscribe to my newsletter or join my free community full of coaches, freelancers, and agency owners looking to escape that 9 to 5, come out here in Bali and live their best life, then you can find both of those links in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.